Hello YouTube, I know this video is rather unconventional on this channel because I never talk about like my childhood life or nothing like that in detail, let alone this type of video. So this is a first for me. Excuse me if you hear the fans going. I have to have at least one fan on in this room because there's only one air conditioner vent and it does not cool down this room enough. So we're here to talk about one of my favorite cartoons growing up, Yu-Gi-Oh! Yes, I am a huge Yu-Gi-Oh fan. I am the original Yu-Gi-Oh fan from season 1 of Yu-Gi-Oh! And I'm talking about back in 2000, 2001 generation. So I'm the old school. I don't know nothing about these new Yu-Gi-Oh! I know it fell off the scene. I haven't stayed dedicated to it. Hopefully I might get educated back on all these new rules. I fell out when it came to all of the synchro summons. Like, I tried to stay on for that one, and I tried to get into the cartoon. I'm already grown at this point. But then there was another generation that done came out, so I done lost track. I know it used to be something called synchro summon, and then now it's something called future fusion or something like that. I'll leave the video, I'll leave the channels below of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Dedicated channels I've been looking at to get caught up with all these new cards. But I'm going to show y'all all the old school cards for the most part. The newest ones that I have is from like Generation 2. And that's Generation Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. And like that's become old. Yu-Gi-Oh! GX was like 2006, 2007. It is now 2018. I don't even have the third generation, like Yu-Gi-Oh! XL. I don't have none of those cards, I believe. Yeah, I don't have no Future Fusion. I don't have none of those cards that are black. I don't have none of those cards. So, let me go out and get the oldest ones first before I get the 10s. Yeah, y'all know it's real, honey. Like I said, I am the original Yu-Gi-Oh! Fan. I still got this 10 right here. Okay, so let's go and see what cards. And I traded over the years, and I did some bad trades. I used to have, oh my god, and I lost so many cards. I used to have the Dark, I used to have several versions of the Dark Magician. I used to have Blackluster Soldier and all of them. I lost some cards over the years as well, but these are the ones that I've maintained up until now. So these cards I've had since I was like 7 to 8 years old. So first we're going to go into this one. Okay, let's see that one. So that's Feener. He got 1400 attack, 1200 defense. Then we got a reload spell card. So this is like my water-based deck. Just spread them out for y'all like this. I bet y'all didn't think a girl had Yu-Gi-Oh! Y'all ain't used to seeing too many girls that are Yu-Gi-Oh! Fans, but yeah, that's my sea serpent right there. Excuse the camera quality. My Mother Grizzly. My shield type spell A. Matter of fact, you know what would be easier? If I just start going, take myself off the camera real quick and just point it down. So hold on. Okay, I'm back. I actually decided to switch off of my webcam camera to my Samsung because I said, you know, this is a 16 megapixel phone versus that's 5 megapixels. So this will come up a lot more clearer. So these are my cards right here. My first sets. It's 42 in all, so we got zoom in. Okay, come on, zoom in. We got big wave, small wave. Okay, zoom, focus. Let me focus on something else real quick and then zoom back in. Okay, y'all see it a little bit. Hopefully I'll be able to correct this graininess and error. Then I got 2 reload spell cards. A Feener. I got 3 legendary oceans. I got Turtle Oath to summon Crab Turtle. I got 3 Grizzlies. Zoom in on that. Then I got 2 Savage. I got a Starboy Spell. Heavy Storm. And the list goes on and on. I got Mermaid Knight right there. Space Mambo. And you know a white background is not ideal for this because it is hard to concentrate on it. And then I got Catnip Kitty up in there. Gravity Bind. 7 Color Fish. Penguin Soldier. Empress Burger MK3. And that completes that deck. So I'm going to come back with the second one. Okay, y'all. I'm back with the second set of cards. And by the way, these are not necessarily decks that I'm showing y'all. These are just cards that I have in general. So these are 45 cards right here. So let's start off on the bottom. We got a Disappear Trap card. We got Backup Soldier. Free Spirit. For whatever reason, these cards do not want to... Maybe I should have put on the flash. D-Tribe. Spellbinding Circle. Last Will. Acts of Despair. Terraforming. Poison of the Old Man. And once again, it's looked like y'all are not going to be able to read the special effects on here on most of them. Fisher. Swords of Revealing Light. Release Restraint. Blackluster Soldier. But I done lost my... No, I think my Blackluster Soldier is in another deck somewhere. So I got to move this. Because I definitely know I have this. But I do not have... Gear Free the Sword Master. I do not have Gear Free the Sword Master, but I do have Gear Free the Iron Knight. Rural Magical Library, Cyber Saria. I don't even know if I got the fusion monsters for that one. There's Gear Free the Iron Knight. Actually, I got 2 copies of that, so we can do that. Medusa, Hinderer, Birdface. Good to put in a Harpy Lady deck. And I seen that they got a whole nother set of Harpy Lady cards. Like, they got 2 more generations of Harpies. Like, I seen when they came out with Harpy Queen and everything else in the 2nd generation. But now they got a 3rd version of Harpy Lady. So that goes to show how out of the loop I am. And then they got a black card. What's those cards? It's like the monster, but the background color is black. They got, like, cards for the Harpy Ladies as well. Like, it's a dragon monster, like Harpy's Pet Dragon, that can be summoned with, you know, synchro summoning like 2 level 4 Harpy Ladies. So yeah, I'm really out the loop. And then Sangan, y'all know him from season 1. Dragon Reptile, y'all know him. Feral Imp and Kurami. So that is it for these right here. So gather these up and go on to the next one. Okay, y'all, here is my 3rd set of oldest cards. As y'all can see, my Summon Skull is faded out. We'll get to that one towards the end. So zooming on down, we got Tutton Mask, Ready for Interception, Just Desserts, Ninja Art of Decoy, Light of Intervention, Arsenal Robber, Burst Breath. Once again, these are not decks at all, so I don't want y'all thinking like, what in the world is he doing with this type of deck? Let me see. Internal Rest, Chorus of Sanctuary, Remove Trap, Internal Rest, Dark Factory Mass Production is a trap card hitting under there, and that is the Castle Walls trap card. Block Attack, Swords of Revealing Light, Fisher, Legend, Flame Manipulator, Terrible Nightmare. Once again, list goes on and on. We ain't gonna. Susie Soldier, Mazuka the Legendary Swordsman, Hollering Insect, Warrior of the Grepper. And I'm only naming the names of the ones that is not picking up on the camera. So, the Illusion Gentleman, yeah, I've had that one since I was like 7, so yeah. And I'm 25 now, so 18 years. That card is from 2000. Boar Soldier, Electrical Snake, I've had that one since I was 9. That one lasted up pretty darn gone well. 2 of these, I've had this one when I was like 12. Swordsman, that was my oldest one too. I've had that since the 2001, 2002. So, nearly 20 years. These are all original cards right here. Have followed me through multiple moves and everything. So, now we got to go through this one right here, which is some repeats and a lot more. Okay, y'all, this one is so extensive that I had to break up into 3 parts. So this is all the second ones that I have, but I'm breaking it down into 3 different parts. So we really want to zip through these trap cards. So as you see, I got Trap Hole. I really love Nutrient Z. I love Reinforcements. Going through Gravity Bind is good when I'm playing a lot of cards that are under 4 stars. Enchanted Javelin, I love that card. This card allows you to increase your life points by the attack of one attacking monster. Bark of the Dark Ruler, Change of Heart. I also love this card as well, Mystic Ward. This allows you to offer 1 monster on your side of the field as a tribute and select the attack or defense of the tribute monster and increase your life points by the same amount. And that is really good when playing with Change of Heart, because like if an opponent's monster is attacking me, I can switch it. And then I can sacrifice it with Mystic Ward. So good double play right there. Spring of Rebirth, which is good for my spell cards that returns to my hand, and y'all gonna see I got a couple of those. You get 500 life points for that. Shield and Sword, which is good when I have monsters with high defense points and low life points. There's one of my spell. Is that one of my spells? No, that's a wing. Yeah, that's a Winged Beast Spirit monster. When it returns to your hand, I get 500 life points thanks to the Spring of Rebirth. Skullbird, 2-headed Fire Dragon. Level 6 monster, 2200 attack. Trap Master, and of course it allows you to destroy 1 trap on the field if the card's target is face down, flip it face up. Mad Sword Beast. This allows me when the attacking monster with the attack that is higher than the defense of your opponent's defense. So pretty much, if I attack a monster with less defense points, the difference is subtracted from the opponent's life points. Another Gear Free to Iron Knight. Another spirit monster right here, a Naba White Rabbit. M-Warrior. The Red Archery Girl. As y'all know, one of Pegasus' favorite cards from Season 1 of Yu-Gi-Oh! And that ends that one right there. So on to the second round, which is all together. And like I said, these are just cards that I collected. These are not organized in a deck form at all. Because as y'all can tell, this is probably like 50 some cards right here. And the limit is 40. Okay, on to the second one out of that. So now we got these traps right here, which is the Zero Magic Crusher, 7/2s of the Bandit, Solo Ray, Mind Crush, Just Desserts, Trap Dust Shoot, Zoom In, Brain Control, one of my favorites, Depending on tournaments, I think the Monster Reborn spell card is actually forbidden. I'm not sure. Thunder Crash. And this allows you to destroy all monsters on your side of the field, inflict damage to your opponent's life points equal to the number of monsters destroyed times 300. Another Turtle Earth. Now this will go in my C deck. Now I got this card later on. You can tell by how newer this one looks versus the other one, because the other one was the original one when I got it back in 2004, 2005. The Owl Forces, and of course I got the Warrior Digrapher up there. And this is good for a warrior deck. When you have, and you will see more warriors when we go up. But this allows you to increase the life points of every person on the field by 200 per warrior. So if I have 3 warriors on the field, they all get 600 additional life points. Ukazai, a good way to take down an opponent's life points with 800. Throwstone Unit. Offer 1 warrior type monster on your side of the field as a tribute to destroy 1 face-up monster on the field whose defense is equal to or lower than the attack of this monster. Now this is very good if you have, what's that monster called that has 2600? The one that Yu-Gi-Oh likes. Oh Lord, I can't believe I can't think of it right now. But I will annotate it in the editing. But this is a very good card if you have that monster which has only 100 attack points but 2600 defense points, because you can destroy a very powerful monster with this card right here. If you offer that up, especially since when that card is attacked one time, it's automatically switched to attack mode. So it has high defense points, but if there's more than 1 monster on your opponent's side of the field, it doesn't offer a great amount of defense. So Throwstone Unit is very good at sacrificing that monster, and you can get rid of somebody as powerful as the Dark Magician with this card right here. So don't let this card fool you. Dragon Manipulator is another warrior type monster I have. It allows you to take control of 1 dragon monster on your opponent's side of the field. So very good if you're dealing with an opponent that has a lot of dragons. Overdrive. Another spirit monster. Mask of Darkness. Metal Armor Bug, my strongest bug type monster, 2800 life points. And I got multiples, so yep. Another spirit monster. So I do have enough to create me a spirit deck. And Musaki the Legendary Swordsman. So now on to the very last one within here. I had so much in that last one, just when you think, switch it back this way. Just when you think it was going to be 3 parts, it's going to have to be 4, because I got to show the last bit of trap cards. So, once again, to reiterate some, we got Cold Raid, Tribute of the Doom. Destroy 1 card from your hand and select 1 monster on the field and destroy it. Rush Recklessly. Malevolent Nuzzler, which is also a favorite of mine. A monster equipped with this card increases attack by 700 points. When this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can pay 500 life points and put it back on top of your deck. So, good card right here. And also, if you're dealing with somebody who's trying to make it so you run out of cards, this card will automatically prevent you from, like, this is the perfect card that will prevent you from ever losing a duel by losing out of cards, because this one will keep going back to your deck if you have life points to put it back. Also told, each player must pay 500 life points to declare an attack. Continuous. That is very good if you're running it with spell cards that forever increase your life points. Like, I would like to always put this one in conjunction with a spell, with a spirit deck. Because y'all know every time I run spirit monsters, every time they return to my hand, I gain 500 life points per spirit monster. So this helps counteract that. But my opponent will always lose life points, but my attacks will always balance out. Pyramid Energy. This one has multiple effects. You can activate one of the following. Increase the attack of all face-up monsters on your side of the field by 200 points. Increase the defense of all face-up monsters on your side of the field by 500 points until the end phase of the turn. And then all of these are self-explanatory, so we ain't going to reiterate that one. Well, except for Fusion Weapon, which is this card can only be equipped to a fusion monster level 6 or less. Increase the attack and defense of the equipped monster by 1,500 points. So that is very good if you have a fusion monster with less than 6 stars. Second Coin Toss. As long as this card remains face up on the field, so it is a continuous spell card, you can negate the effects of a card requiring a coin toss once per turn and redo the coin toss. Dankito, a good way to increase your life points by a quick 1,000. Then of course I got my monsters up here. Deskorwala is another badass character. 3-star monster. Inflict 400 points of damage to your opponent. Life points for each card in your opponent's hand. So I like to run that with the trap card that I showed y'all earlier, Just Desserts. Just Desserts gives your opponent 500 points of damage for each trap card they have on the field. And this one gives them 400 points of damage for every card in their hand. So that's a good way to take down your opponent, even if you're not attacking them. And then, of course, you got your Shadow Tamer, which will be in your Warrior deck. Take control of one face-up Fiend-type monster on your opponent's side of the field until the end of the turn. And then I showcased y'all a Warrior-type monster earlier that was able to take control of a Dragon-type monster. So I love having monsters like this, which attack-wise they seem weak, but their special abilities allow me to combat any other special type of decks that I was going up against. Whether I was dealing with a dragon deck or a fiend type deck, I always had a monster that can counteract them. But of course, you know, the rules gonna change over the years. The monsters gonna got far more powerful since, you know, these cards. Of course, you got Yugi's favorite, Gazelle, King of the Mythical Beasts. Also, those were from the Yu-Gi-Oh deck as well. Princess of Struggle. That was actually in the My Valentine deck. The Stern Mystique. This card, flip all face down cards on the field are turned face up and then return to their original position. No effects are activated. So it gives you a good way to look at what your opponent is preparing. Good to run in the Spellcaster deck. Wall of Illusion. This monster attacking this creature is returned to the owner's hand. Any damage resulting from the attack is calculated normally. Hane. You can return up to 3 monsters on the field to the owner's hand. Malavalo, of course, every monster you equip to that one, you get each spell you equip, it gets 500 additional life points or anything equipped to it. So if I was to equip it with Malevolent Nuzzler, it would gain 700 life points for 2250, and then it would gain an additional 500 life points. So once again, my cards look weak, but they carry nasty abilities that allow me to take on higher, more powerful monsters. Like this card right here can single-handedly take on the Dark Magician when equipped with the Malevolent Nuzzler, because then it would go up to 2750 in attack points. Then I got my Mystic Clown. My other cards that I would add in other decks. 1,000 Needles. Let's read that effect real quick. When this defense position card is attacked and the attack of the attacking monster is lower than the defense of this card, attack damage, destroy the monster. So not only will, let's say a monster attacked this and it has 1,600 life points. Not only is that opponent going to lose 200 life points, but they are also, that card is going to be destroyed as well. Spirit of the Heart carries a high defense. Then the Agent Creation of Venus, and I have a couple of Mystic monsters as well for this. Night Assailant, Regeneration Mommy, and the Magical Marugula. So flip, put 1 spell counter on each face-up card on the field you can put a spell counter on. Okay, these are the last few trap cards I have to show y'all. I'm actually going to split this video up into 2 parts because I also got a couple of tins over there that I have not even opened. So this seems like I've already recorded for like a half hour right now, and I don't want this to be a hour-long video because in 720, y'all know that's a pain in the behind to, you know, upload to YouTube in 720 with 16 megapixels. So anyways, let's get into it. Ultimate offerings. At the cost of 500 life points per monster, a player is allowed to extra normal summon or set. So once again, I like to play that with the other cards that I was showing y'all earlier. How would I play these? And I run multiple of these in a deck. I add this to my spirit deck, and this allows me to summon multiple spirit monsters on the field at the same time. And then when my cost toll activates, it costs 500 life points per monster to attack. But of course, when my monsters return to my hand, my Spirit of Rebirth allows me to gain those attack points back. But when my opponent attacks me, they still lose life points. They don't get their life points back. So Ultimate Offerings, that's how I like to use that trap card right there. Then you got Hidden Book of Spells, Archfiend Warrior, Beckoning of Light. Discard all the cards in your hand to the graveyard, then select a number of light monsters from your graveyard equal to the number of cards you discarded. Add them to your hand. Good to run in a fairy deck. Dust Tornado, Casseroles, Skull Lair. So this one right here, remove any number of cards in your graveyard from play. Destroy one face-up monster on the field whose level of stars are equal to the number of cards you remove. So if you have a lot of monsters in your graveyard, let's say somebody was, you know, a jackass and they played something like Skull, no, the Destruction Virus, that's what it's called. If they played something like the Destruction Virus that destroyed half your deck, this is a good way to take out their powerful monster, because if you got over half your cards in the graveyard, you can discard them. Yeah. Remove them from play and destroy something as powerful as the Blue Eyes White Dragon. Because, you know, the Skull Destruction is very popular in, you know, Seto Kaiba's deck. So this will be a good way to counteract the Blue Eyes White Dragon and the Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. The Zero Magic Crusher. Destroy one spell card from your hand to inflict 500 points of damage to your opponent. Solar Ray. Inflict 600 points of damage to your opponent, life points for each face-up light monster on your side of the field. Once again, a very powerful trap that you can run in a fairy deck. Between this one right here, destroy all your cards in your hand to the graveyard and select the number of light monsters from your graveyard equal to the number of cards and add them to your hand in this one, which for each monster you're on the field. So you can return all your fairy monsters destroyed back to your hand with this. And then when you summon them using this, once again, here's the 3 that you need in your fairy deck. Ultimate Offerings, Beckoning Light, and then Solar Ray. This will get you as many fairy type monsters back to your hand. This allows you to summon multiple ones. Like I said, I like to use this in my spirit deck, but you can also use this in a fairy deck as well and summon like 3 to 4 fairy type monsters on the field. And then Solar Ray will allow you to dealt 600 points per monster. So if you summon 4 fairy monsters on the field using this combo right here, you can instantly give 2400 damage to your opponent's life points, just like that. Needlewall Spirit Invitation. So each time your spirit monster returns to your hand, select one monster on your opponent's side of the field and return it to the owner's hand. Pay 500 life points during each of your standby phases. If you cannot do this, this card is destroyed. Once again, due to the Spring of Rebirth, it will balance out. I like to play that with the Spirit Toll as well, because once again, you can summon, you know, 3 to 4 spirit monsters at a time on the field. And then when they return, you gain 2,000 life points. You only have to sacrifice 1,000 life points per standby phase to keep this on the field, along with the Toll spell card. And then let me see. Just desserts, like I said, these two together are completely badass. You get the, let's see, inflict 500 damage to your opponent life points for each monster on your side of the field, and then once again 400 life points for every card in their hand. So that's a good combo right there. So once again, you got Spirit Invitation, which is good to run. You got to give up 1,000 life points if you have a spirit monster attacking every turn, and then if this one's to remain on the field. The Beckoning Light combo is badass, and that is about it. So, whew, I feel winded and out of breath. What time is it? See, I know it had to be over a half hour because my laptop, yep, it is 2:04. I've been recording since 1:20, so this is 40 minutes that I've been recording. This will probably get condensed down to like a half hour, but like I said, I got 3 other 10s that I will showcase to y'all in another video. Whew. Okay, as y'all seen from that, I did record an outro from my phone just in case I use that one instead, but if not, I will use this right here. Y'all just seen every one of the cards from this stack right here, and also this stack right here. I've been recording for like 45 minutes straight, so excuse me if I appear out of breath. But we have not even touched the surface. Oh, wait a minute, we also did this 10 right here as well. So y'all seen every card in this 10. This is 2 different decks in here. This is like 30 some cards, but this is like 150 right here. So yeah, we done went through 180, 220, 260. So we done went through 260 Yu-Gi-Oh cards over the course of 40 minutes. Me showcasing different types of you know, decks that I used to build with these cards, and how I would counteract certain decks back in the day that were specialized, like dragon decks and all of that. Whew. But anyways, in the next video, I will do this hopefully tomorrow if I can. I will go into my dragon deck. I do have a special dragon deck. I will go into some of my individual packets. What else do I have? And I think I'm going to get into collecting Yu-Gi-Oh again. We'll see. But I got like multiple packets in this 10 as well. Also the Black Luster. Do I have the Black Luster Soldier? I was just saying earlier, I don't know if I have the Black Luster Soldier. I'm going to have to collect the Black Luster Soldier. But I don't want to give away what's in this 10 just yet, as far as showing y'all. So that'll be another video. And then last but not least, I got the trading card 10. I got this one. Gifford the Lightning, I think this monster is called. And I do have that. Yeah, Gifford the Lightning. He's like a 10-star monster. I can see him in there. The only one that I regret that I don't have is the Dark Magician. So if I have any fans out there that want to get me the Dark Magician girl, I much appreciate it. But yeah, that's the only card growing up that I regret that I did not have. That card was so expensive back in the day and I could not afford it. It was like $50. Like I went to an actual Yu-Gi-Oh store and it was $50. I could not afford it. Y'all know the cards are $4.99. It's like I would be hoping and praying that somehow the Dark Magician girl would be in here. And then when they came out with these 10s, I remember when these 10s used to be new. This is back when Walmart used to be at the very bottom end of Ramsey Street, where, you know, all these was as well. You know, where Millamont College is at now, that's where the Walmart used to be in Fayetteville, but it's now upper since like 2006. That's how old these is, when the 10s used to be new. There was a Dark Magician Girl 10, but it cost $60. I could not afford it. It's like, oh my God, they finally came out with a Dark Magician Girl in the 10, because before then you used to have to search for her. And now they done got so many different. I was looking at a Yu-Gi-Oh video the other day, and they finally came out with other versions of the Dark Magician Girl. Because they always had different versions of the Dark Magician, but the Dark Magician Girl just had Magician's Valkyrie, and that was it. And then they came out with Magician's Apprentice. But now they got Kiwi Magician Girl and all of those. And then they do have one where it's the black card. And once again, I'm old school, so I don't know the technical term for it. Is it Future Fusion Monster or whatever, like the black card, YuGiOh XL? They have one of her with that, and she's a 6-star monster. But that's the only one I know, and I don't have neither one of those. So if y'all want to give me the whole, Magician Girl deck, those are my favorite cards. I love the Dark Magician Girl, and I love Harpy Lady, and Amazon. I love my Amazons. I love Dark Magician Girl, and I love Harpy Lady. So that'll be a dream come true if I get my hands on those 3 types of cards. So that is it, y'all. Any additional tips, comments, suggestions, y'all know what to do. Leave it down below. Tell me what tell me what y'all thought of my cards. What strategies I can use with my cards that I did not mention. How would they fare in 2018 up against all these advanced cards that are out now? So y'all tell me all of that. I look forward to looking at every comment, no matter how long. Once again, I'm a person who loves reading. So when it comes to YuGiOh, if you write me multiple paragraphs, I will actually enjoy that. Don't give me clip notes versions. If you need to be as descriptive as possible, I do not mind reading a whole paragraph. Once again, I do not mind. 10, 12, 20, 50 sentences, I do not care. Leave your descriptions below, and I will see y'all soon for more videos. Mwah.